Good afternoon, YouTube friends. This is Shay, Shayan5 on Shay's vlogging channel at YouTube. Okay, today's video is, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be rubbing my screen because I keep seeing things on it. Hope that won't bother y'all. That was my hand raking across it. Today is Saturday's Shay's Maze storytelling video. And I am in a different setting, I know. I had wanted to always do it in my bedroom with my pretty flowery wallpaper as my background. But that's not going to always happen, I see. Because my husband is in there right now. And, and then my oldest daughter's in her bedroom and my youngest daughter's on the front porch on the swing. So I decided to come out on the back patio. So that's where I'm at. You're seeing the gate and fence behind me. The top of our trailer right there. And the house is over here beside me. The yard's out here. The dogs are out here with me. Butch is right now rolling in the grass. Let me see if I can get y'all to see this. He loves to come out here and just roll and waller in the grass. Junior's around here somewhere. Oh, he's behind me. Junior, where you at? And I know it's kind of shady. I can't see him. Okay, he's over there by the gate. That's Junior. And like I said, Butch wallering in the grass. He loves to do that. Okay, so back to our video. That's my phone. Don't pay it no mind. It's just a text. Okay, I had two people to ask me some questions this time. Yay! Keep bringing on the questions. Okay, the first person was Mary's Place 2009. And she asked about my day. So, Mary, my day today so far is going good. And I say so far, but it is. Let me see if I can get my phone lit up here where I can see and unlocked. It's 3:16 p.m. right now, so most of the day's already gone, but believe it or not, I just got up a little bit ago. But it's going good so far. Number one, because I got to sleep late. I am not a morning person, Mary. I love to sleep late when I can. Now, as you may know, and others know that watch my videos, I babysit three children, three little boys. Two of them all day long. The oldest one's 3 years old, and the baby is about 1.5 or soon to be 2, I think. And then the older little boy, he's 6 years old, and he goes to school, but he gets off the school bus here at 3:30. So, and I usually have them every day, Monday through Friday. But this past week, their mom has been gone. And it's just been their dad that's been, he would bring them to me in the mornings, and I would have them all day long from Monday to Thursday until he come in and brought them in. Come and got them and took them home with him. And Wednesday night, he even brought them to church without, their mom's help and stuff. And my husband commented him on that. He said normally dads would have just stayed home, with their kids if their mom wasn't around to help. And so he really commented their dad on that. That's how my husband was, he liked to take care of his children and bring them to church by himself and stuff like that if I couldn't. So anyway, then Friday, Thursday night, late Thursday night, is when their mom, what it was, she was going to college classes in another town, and so she had to be gone most of the week. So, but she came home late Thursday night, and she texted me and told me that she was just going to stay home Friday with the babies, which is a very good thing. I'm glad she did that, because the babies miss her, and they need their mama. So she stayed home with them yesterday, and I didn't have them yesterday. And then, of course, today being Saturday, I don't keep them on Saturday and Sundays. So, when I do not have my babies, I jump on the chance and I sleep late, people, because I am not a morning person. I love to sleep late, and I am a big night owl. I love to stay up late at night and playing around, on the computer and reading books and playing computer games and just, YouTube and watching stuff and just all and crafting and all that kind of stuff. Doing all my hobbies. So, um, that's why I slept late. I slept late yesterday and I slept late today. Now tomorrow's Sunday. I've got to make myself go to bed early tonight because I know I got to get up in the morning for Sunday school. And I'll see my babies at church tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'll probably have to keep Tookie during song service. His mom sings in the choir and his dad plays the drums. And Katie sits with the other two boys. And Tookie, the baby, me and Al keeps at our pew with us. But then they all go to Sunday school class. So like when song service is over and her mom comes down off the thing. Ooh, there's a lizard. Yikes, please don't come over here by me. Everybody will be seeing me jump around and screaming if it does. Anyway, oh, Junior, go get that lizard. I don't have nothing to put my feet on. I'm scared now. Okay, back to the story, if I can remember what I was saying. Jesus, please don't let that lizard come over here. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Yeah, she gets down off the, rostrum from singing in the choir, and she walks directly to our pew and gets him and takes him to Sunday school class. So, so I'll get to see my babies Sunday, and then Monday morning I'll have to get up early and I'll have them again. So, but when I don't have them, I sleep late because I love to sleep late. So that's why I slept late, and that's why I just got up a little bit ago. But I did get up, and I've ate something, and I've took my medicine. And so now I've brought my stuff out here and set it up, and I'm ready to do my videos. So, Mary, to answer your question, my day today is going good so far. Really good. Because I got to sleep late, and then I've gotten up and I've ate. I'm not hurting. I'm not in any pain. Sometimes I have real bad pain in my shoulder and neck and the top, my whole arm, all the way down to the tip of my fingers. And that's my right one. And I'm right-handed, and that's the one I use all the time to do everything. And sometimes it hurts so bad that I just have to break down and cry. I'm a baby when it comes to pain. So anyway, but I'm not in any pain today, so that's a good thing. So my day today is going good, Mary. To answer your question, okay, another thing you asked, Mary, was, and I know it's, how do I want to say that? I don't want to make you feel, it's okay because you didn't know. That's the only way I know how to say it. You asked how my grandkids was. Well, Mary, I don't have any grandkids yet. I have 2 daughters. They both still live at home. So they're not married. My oldest one is like 25 years old, I think now. Is she 25 or is she 24 still? I can't see. It's getting to where I can't even remember now. She was born in '88. So is she 24 or 25? Her birthday's in August. I think she's still 24. Anyway, something like that. She does not have a boyfriend. Okay, my baby daughter, she is 21 or 22. Her birthday's also in August, and she was born in '91. So, she does have a boyfriend, and they are talking marriage, but she's not engaged yet. And like I said, they both still live at home, and they've not, got married, don't have any children, so I don't have any grandkids yet. But now, I think what you was referring to, Mary, is we do have, see, we live in Tennessee right now, and we used to live in Mississippi about 4 years ago. And way back years ago, when we lived in Mississippi, I started babysitting a little baby girl that was 4 months old, and her name was Bailey. And so I started babysitting her. Okay, her mom quit working where she was working because this is after I had kept her for a long time, okay? And it was my mama's ideal when my mama first seen the baby and seen how I loved her and how the baby loved me and that I was keeping her a lot. My mama made the suggestion. See, my nickname is Shay. My name is Sherry, but they all called me, well, Mama called me Shay, and my oldest sister sometimes. But my mama made the suggestion that I ought to call myself Mama Shay to the baby. And I liked that idea. So that's what I started doing. So since I was calling myself Mama Shay, my husband, his name is Albert, but everybody calls him Al. And so I said, well, he can be Daddy Al. So we was Mama Shay and Daddy Al to Bailey. Okay, their mom moved to another town, which made them be an hour away from us. And so she had to quit working, and she no longer needed me as a babysitter. But I told her when she come and picked up baby that last time. See, I mean, she had told me, and she knew when she was quitting and when they were moving, and we all knew when my last day would be and everything like that to keep the baby. So, which by this time, because I had kept her for 2 or 3 years, she was probably 3 years old by this time, okay? So I had grown really attached to her, and I was her Mama Shay. And I felt like she was mine, you know. And I really loved her, and I knew I was going to miss her. So I told her mama when she come and picked her up, I said, look, I know you do not need me anymore as a babysitter. I said, but look, this baby is like it's mine. I'm its Mama Shay. I'm going to miss it. If you don't mind, would you please let me see her every once in a while? And I said, let me have her, you know, on weekends sometimes. Let her stay with me. And stuff like that, because I'm really going to miss her. And she agreed that day. She said, yeah, sure, she would. Now, you know, I didn't really think that she would do that, you know, because normally, you know, people don't, you know, and I just thought, yeah, we're saying this, and she's agreeing, you know, to, you know, she's telling me what I want to hear, but that'll be it. I probably won't hardly ever see her again. But she did. She stuck to her word to this day. And guess how old that child is today? She is, she's 13 years old, I think. 12 or 13. Yep. And so she did. She kept her bringing her. She stayed with me on weekends, and then it grew to sometimes she would stay with me a week at a time. And then her mama enrolled her in our church's Christian school that we was going to. And her mama had to go work out of town with her daddy. So during that time, that child lived with us so she could go to school. Because my girls was going to that school, and she just went to school with my girls. So she was my baby. But I guess me and my husband kinda, not really, because we don't have our own. I know that it'd be different probably, and more specialer. And I've heard grandparents talk about their grandkids and how it's much different from being your own kid. You know, it's just, I don't know, seems to be more special or something. I don't know. But anyway, I've always said that me and my husband kind of knows, you know, about, you know, having grandkids because of Bailey being kind of like our grandkid. Now, let me continue to let you know, during all this time, Bailey's mama had 2 more children. She had another little girl, and her name was Cody. And then she had a little boy, and his name was Miles, which they called him Bubba. And so, of course, because I was Bailey's Mama Shay, and she was coming to see us, I had to include the other 2, you know. I couldn't leave them out. So, Cody and Bubba became our special babies, too. So, I've always called them 3 kids our special babies. And we got them a lot back in Mississippi before we moved here. Since we've moved here, they've been here several times during the summertime, staying with us. So they're still our special babies, and their mama still lets us have them at times. And I am so thankful for that. I love them, and I miss them. And when we go down there, we go see them, and when they can, they come up here and stay with us, and all this kind of stuff. So that is my grandkids that you was probably referring to. And as of right now, they're all doing good. So thank you for thinking about it and asking, Mary. And you also had told me and asked about my mom and my aunt. My mama lives in Wyoming with my oldest sister, and I don't get to see them very often. Um, what was the occasion? They came up, I say up, I guess it's over. They came over to my sister's in Mississippi a while back. So we went down there to her house so that I could meet and see my mom and my oldest sister. And so that was the last time, and I can't even remember now when that was or what the occasion was. Anyway, I can't remember. My mind is getting bad and I'm forgetting things a lot lately. I can't remember what the occasion was, what was the reason why they came, or whatever. But anyway, I got to go down there and see them. Stuff is flying in my face. But I text her. You know, we can text, and then we talk on the phone. So as far as I know, now my mama, she has, you know, arthritis and fibromyalgia, and then she has back and hip trouble. Oh Lord, Junior's probably after bees or wasps or something. But she's doing okay, you know, compared to what all she's got going on that she has to deal with, you know. Sometimes she's in a lot of pain. But she's doing good. And then you asked about my aunt. She lives in Mississippi, kind of close to me. She don't live in the same town. It's like another little small town close by the one my sister, that which y'all know as the Becca JB, that lives in Mississippi. So my aunt lives in a small town close by her. She also has fibromyalgia and things, and so she's usually hurting, but she's doing pretty good. For right now, as of right now. So thank you, Mary, for asking about them. Okay, so that covers, and I know this is going to end up being a long video, but I've been wanting to vlog. I haven't really just done a vlog video in a while. It's been mostly my crafts and my challenges and my hauls and my happy meals and stuff like that lately. And I kind of really just been missing a vlog video. And I wished I had a camera, because I would love to vlog like some of the other vloggers do. I mean, they go around their house doing whatever and vlog and talk. They just live their life on camera, basically. And which I know they don't do it continually, you know, all the way through. But what's so neat about it, because they have a camera, they can vlog a little bit and then they can pause it, you know, and wait later and then start vlogging, you know, and just hook it on to that, you know, unpause it and start vlogging again. And but me, I'm using my laptop's webcam, and if there's a way to pause it, I've not figured it out yet. So I can't pause it to do that. I have to do everything at once and then just stop it, because when you stop it, that's it. It's like the end of that video, and you'd have to start another whole total new video. So I kind of wished I had a camera. I mean, because some of them, they take their camera in their car with them when they drive to town. Even when they go in the stores and shop, they take the camera with them and show what they're buying, and they talk, they vlog, and I would love to do stuff like that. But I can't right now until I can get me a camera. But anyway, I've been missing kind of vlogging and wanting to vlog. And so it's okay that this video is going to be a little while. Okay, now, the other person that asked me a question was actually my oldest sister, Charlotte, that lives in Wyoming, the one my mom lives with. She asked a question, and her question is, do you miss living where you... Now, let me see. I missed one of the words. Do you miss living where you used to live? Okay, so her question is, do you miss living where you used to live before you moved to where you live now? And that was my sister Charlotte that asked that question. And so, Charlotte, to answer your question, the answer is yes and no. Because, yeah, I miss it a little bit, of course. Because where we lived in Mississippi, it was called the Bowie Swamp out there in that little community area. And it was my grandpa's, my dad's dad, and then he deeded it to my dad. And then years later, after I got married, my dad deeded the little part of his to me. So when I was a kid, twice as a kid, when I was a little bitty kid, we lived out there, and I loved it out there. Okay, then as I was an older, like teenager, or growing from, before and growing into a teenager, we lived out there. So I was raised out there most of my life, and then after I got married, me and my husband moved out there. And my kids grew up out there, kind of. And so I loved it out there. It was my land, so to me that was something special. And then we had the little graveyard right down the road that most everybody in that graveyard is kin to me because I've done my family history. And they're basically all kin to me. But my grandpa's buried down there. My dad's buried down there now. And so that land out there was just special to me. So yeah, I miss it. But yet, I like new change like that when it comes to moving. So we moved, and I was excited about moving because I was excited about the change. And once we moved, especially to this spot, and when we first moved here, we had to rent a house. But once we bought this house and moved here, this house is in a neighborhood with other houses around it. Bowie Swamp area was like out in the country. It used to be nothing but surrounded in woods and you couldn't see anybody's house. But when we lived down there last, you could see 2 houses. The one right across the road from us, and then the one across the road but down a little piece from us, which actually used to be my grandpa's land. You could see those houses, but you couldn't see any other houses, until you drove way on down the road. I like living in the neighborhood like this where there's other houses close around you. And so, yeah, I miss Bowie, but I love it up here. And in Tennessee, another reason that I like Tennessee, it's not as hot here as it was during the summertime in Mississippi. In Mississippi, it's like it's humidity that makes it really, really hot, and you walk out the door and just you're pouring in sweat just like that. And that made me not want to be outside. Plus, the flies, the gnats. Every time you walk outside, it just seems like they were drawn to me. And gnats would just swarm right here in front of my face. For me to go outside, I would just have to constantly do this, to keep them out of my face. And so I couldn't stand it. And then 2, they had mosquitoes. And I guess I'm allergic to mosquitoes. And they were drawn to me. They found me wherever I was at. They come swarming to me. They would bite me, and they would leave big old red whelps on me that itched and hurt. And I hated it. I didn't want to go outside at all in Mississippi. Here, I'm outside. Of course, it's spring, and I started to say it's the beginning of spring. Is it the beginning of spring? No. This is May, right? Yeah, March, April, May. No, this is actually the last month of spring. But it's not hot. And y'all may hear the wind blowing in the trees. I know y'all can see those trees right now. They're blowing back there behind me. I pointed to the screen like y'all can see that back here. The trees are blowing. There's a nice cool breeze. So it feels good out here. There's no gnats flying in my face. They don't have mosquitoes up here. Yeah, I'm sure they have them. But they don't come and bite me like they did in Mississippi. And I love that. So I love it up here for the fact that it's not hot. No mosquitoes, no gnats. I can be outside and none of that bothers me. I don't mind coming out and sitting outside or sitting on the swing on my porch. And in Mississippi, you couldn't get me to do that. I hated it. Okay. I like the neighborhood, the close neighbors, and all of this kind of stuff, and the church. So yeah, in Charlotte, to answer your question, I do miss it a little bit, but I do love it up here too. Now, my family is talking of moving again because things are just not working out job-wise up here. So my husband, he's working, but him and his boss, my husband's always been a self-employed person, had his own business, and he's the type of person he does not like to work for anybody, and have a boss. Him and his boss, he likes the guy, or put it this way, he thought he liked the guy pretty much before he actually started working with him, and the guy became his boss. Once he started working with him, he realizes this guy is not like him at all, which he considers, and this may be bad to say, but he thinks the guy is dumb and don't know nothing and don't know how to do this, and he's always griping and complaining about how he does things and how he would do it different and blah 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 blah. I have to hear it all the time. So anyway, it's not working out with him and his boss, but he loves the job, the kind of job that it is. So he is working on starting his own business of doing what his boss is doing, except for he wants to be the boss. He wants it to be his business. But where he has to have suppliers to get his supplies is close to the area down south again, Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana. Well, we don't want to move back to Mississippi. We don't want to move back to Louisiana. So we have decided Alabama may be the best. It's between the places that he needs to go for his supplies. And he has cousins down there and friends down there that's actually wanting to work with him on this new job that he's starting up. And so we're looking and talking about maybe moving to Alabama, because it's another change and something different. That makes me excited and happy. I'm not looking forward to the actual move itself, packing up and having to go through all that and doing all that and then unpacking and getting settled in. Who does? I'm not looking forward to the hot weather again and the mosquitoes and the gnats. I'm just hoping that wherever we land in Alabama, that it won't be as hot. That, I'm thinking maybe it's just certain places that has all the mosquitoes and the gnats. Because I really enjoy up here that I can come outside and sit on the swing and be outside like this and feel comfortable and not be bothered by the mosquitoes and the gnats. I love that. But if we go back to Alabama and they're going to start bothering me, I'm going to become a totally inside person again. I'm sorry. I can't help it. So I'm not looking forward to that part of it, And I hope we find a good church, and I hope that we find a nice big roomy house that's in a neighborhood like this again, with other houses around me. That's how I want to live. I no longer want to ever again live way out in the country where you cannot see your next door neighbor down the road from you. I do not like that. I don't want to live like that again. We may have to, and I may have to just deal with it, but I sure don't want to. And and another thing, this next house, I have not told my husband this. I've not told my girls this, but I have told myself this. And this is how it's gonna be, people. I'm sorry. I'm tired of making do. I do not have a craft room. I have a craft corner in my living room. This next house, oh, by the way, in this house, my oldest daughter has the master bedroom and bath. Yeah. Not my ideal at all. She wanted it. Her daddy agreed and let her have it. But the reason of that, the room we're with was supposed to end up being my craft room. It's the smallest room of the 3 rooms in this house, because we were gonna add on to the living room a bigger master bedroom and bath for us, but that never happened. And so this time, wherever we land, okay, this is how it's gonna be. If we don't have enough bedrooms that me and my husband can have a bedroom and each of the girls can have one and I can have a hobby room, if the house has a family room or a dining room, one of those rooms will become my hobby room. I do not care what they say or whether they like it or not. If the house does not have a family room or a dining room for that to happen, and we still don't have enough of bedrooms, instead of taking just a corner in the living room, half or more of the living room will become my hobby room. the living room may just be a corner in the living room for the living room itself. And I don't care what they say or whether they like it or not. That's just how it's going to be. Alright? I'm sorry. That's how it's going to be, folks. I'm tired of making do. I want a big old fine craft room like a lot of y'all out there have that I can spread my stuff. I want to get more white shelves and containers to put my stuff in and just fix it all up. And I want to hang my stuff, my crafts that I make and stuff like that. And people makes me and sends me. I want to hang it up on my wall really pretty. And if it has to happen in the living room in the next house, that's how it'll be. I'm going to be happy and satisfied. We're moving kind of sort of in a place that I kind of sort of don't want to be. So if I'm having to do that, I'm going to be happy with a craft room. Got it? Got it. Okay. Y'all tell me how you feel about that. If y'all think I should do that or not. Okay. So anyway, that covers the question my sister asked, and that's all of the questions that I had for today, and I know this was a long video. I'm going to turn back now to the other questions that I had wrote down. Not that I was going to answer all of them today. Nobody had asked these questions, but it's other questions that I wanted to tell y'all that I would ask y'all, and in hopes to kind of get y'all to ask me these questions. But anyways, so, like Mary and Charlotte asked me, I'm asking all that watches this video. Tell me about y'all's day, on the day that you do it. If you have grandkids, tell me about your grandkids. Tell me about your mom and your aunt, if they're still living. Okay? Tell me how you like where you live at. Tell me about the other places y'all used to live, and what you liked about it and what you didn't like about it, and stuff like that. Okay. Other questions that y'all can ask me is, tell me about your first birthdays that y'all remember. You know, when you was really young. Do you remember your first birthday? Probably not. What about your second or your third or your fourth or the fifth? The earliest birthday that y'all remember. Tell me about it. You know, did you have a party? How was it? How was it decorated? What kind of cake did you have? Did you have cake and ice cream and chips and dip? What all did you have? Who all came? What did you do? What kind of games did you play? What gifts did you get for your birthday? Those types of questions. Tell me those about y'all, either in the comments or, like I said before, it would be grand if you would do video responses and put it under this video, telling me those stories about y'all. And y'all can ask me those questions. I've got stories in me. In this thing right here is stories that's wanting to pour out. Ask the questions, people. Ask the questions, okay? Alright, that's it for today. I know it's a long video. Thank y'all for watching. Behave yourselves. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And toodaloo until next time.